And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year 2024, the first broadcast here on Ultimate Dirt TV for this wonderful new year. As we welcome you live to the virtual Lernerville Speedway for what is round number one of the Super Late Models, the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. And well, it's about time we are ready to go qualifying. In fact, we're already well and truly into qualifying. So let's take just a look at the left-hand side at who is going to be quickest so far coming into this one. Chase Barbara with a 14.270. Dylan Yeager, Nathan Waddell, Tanner Tomasi, and Nick Baum going to make up your top five for the moment as we get ready for the final part of this qualifying session. We've got 10 seconds in the format for tonight. Well, heat races. There'll be 6 heat races. There'll be 10 laps. Top 3 will go through to the main event, but there is a catch. We have gone with, but the Northwest Racing Association has gone with an invert of 4, which means your fastest qualifier is going to come from that 4th starting position. Let's take a look right now. Here it is on screen. Heat race number 1, but your qualifying results as it stands, there it is. Chase Barber gets the quickest qualifier award. Dylan Yeager, Nathan Waddell, Tanner Tomasi, and Connor New. That'll be your top 5. Nick Bum. So you'll see those 6 drivers come from what is position number 4. Heat number 1 lining up like this on the pole position. It's going to be Jesse Entigan in car number 1. On the outside of the front row from position number 2, it's Chase Hardy. We go back to the second row, inside and outside from position number 3. It's the 32 car of Christopher Joy. From 4, it's your quickest qualifier in car 23, Chase Barbara. Position number 5 with the 88 car of Jason Moore. From 6, it's the 021 of Austin Holder. From 7, the 8 machine of Sean Crawsyke, and Aaron Bowman lines up the 44 from position number 8. And your 5th and final row, Joe Cease, will start from 9, and from 10, the 92 of Cameron King. So as these cars roll out onto the raceway here at the Lernerville Speedway, round number 1. Of your Plumwild podcast, Super Late Model Series. We'll have the next 10 weeks covered, but then, of course, then we go to what will be Wednesday night as well, where we'll take a look at the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. But the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models season opener is green flag. Jesse Entigan is going to lead the field down through turn number 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway, Christopher Joy found his way into second. Spot 3 wide. It was almost 4 wide there in the middle of 3 and 4. Entigan will lead the opening lap. 1 down, 9 to run. Joy runs in second. Chase Hardy third. Hardy goes to the top into 3 and 4. Remember, top 3 will go lock themselves straight into the main event. Then we'll see 3B mains where we'll take the top 2 to lock in a 24-car field for your season opener. Hardy down to the inside on Joy's slide job. Hardy gets into the left side there of Jesse Entigan as he threw the slider on Joy. And now here comes Chase Barbara looking down to the inside into 1 and 2. Barbara, Joy, Hardy. Then you go back to Austin Holder in the 21 machine. Holder on the outside looking in along with Chase Barbara, who was tonight's fastest qualifier. Hardy's got the transfer position at the moment as Joy trying to run down your race leader, but Joy's got some company with Chase Hardy to the 99, gets up under the skirt into turn number 3. 5 down, 5 to run. Heat race number 1 of 6. Plenty of laps to be turned here for the Super Late Model drivers in round number 1 of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Barbara, Hardy again all over the back of Joy down the front straight away. Hardy again to the cushion into turn number 1, down to turn number 2. Now he's out on the inside of Christopher Joy. Joy's going to stay upstairs. Hardy goes inside. Now Barbara as well looking for that transfer position. Jesse Entigan in the hunt, the front number 1 machine still leading the way. There is your top 4 on screen, and boy, I tell you what, They've got about 6 to 7/10 of a second back to Austin Holt. In fact, it's a little bit longer than that. Oh, look out, Hardy and Joy. Hardy's going to go off the edge of the racetrack. Will we stay green for the moment? Yes, we will. Lap and a half to go. White Fire getting set to wave here at Lernerville Speedway. Now Joy, he has got Austin Holder as Chase Barber's found his way to position number 2. White Fire gets out final time. In heat number 1, back straight away. Who's it going to be? Well, we know Jesse Etikin. Well, he's off, and he's off out in front in the number 1 machine. He leads all 10 laps here at Lernerville Speedway. Second will go to Chase Barbara. Third will go to Christopher Joy. Fourth is going to be Austin Holder, Sean Crossark to round out your top 5. Then you look at Joe Cease in position. Sorry, Jason Moore in 6th. Joe Cease in 7th. 8th will be Aaron Bowman. Cameron King in 9th, and Chase Hardy rounds out the top 10. Heat number 2 of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association will line up like this. Diesel Jones on the pole position to the outside of the front row. The 18 of Cameron Kaysen from position number 2. Your second row inside driving the 002 machine, that is Colton Herbert. He's a sub driver here tonight. Dylan Yeager lines up the 48 machine from position number 4. From the 5th starting spot, driving car number 20, that'll be Colton Zimmer from 6. The 98 of Logan Hickerson. Your 4th row inside from position number 7, it's Cam Harris in the 32B machine. From 8, it's the 43 of Devin Ferguson. And your 5th and final row in the 51 machine of Ashton Farr will line up at a position number 9. And Tyler Clement lines up the 97 from position number 10. So the second heat race of the night, Tyler Clement in the 97 did not make the call. Here we go, green flag is out, we're underway, heat number 2. And Diesel Jones is going to lead the field. Here comes Colton Herbert with a big slide job. He's going to pick up a couple of positions there. It's Cameron Kaysen, Colton Herbert in the 12 machine. Dylan Yeager looking back there in position number 4. He's got the 32 of Harris. And Zimmer now gets around the outside of Harris. 3 wide. Here comes Herbert again. The car gets tight and well up into the 46 he goes. And Dylan Yeager goes straight to the race lead. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think Diesel Jones is going to be too happy about that move, but you can see the front end of the race car of that 12 machine of Colton Herbert just got stuck. Basically, the front end was all the way pulling to the left. Yeager, Jones. Yeager, Jones and Harris. And you go back, Harris is in the 32 machine. There is Cameron Kaysen on screen. Logan Hickerson, Ashton Farr coming up through the field as well. Herbert out of this one. Farr trying to move by as the 98 car of Logan Hickerson goes back to the outside. Hickerson will go back to position number 5. Then Devin Ferguson in that 43 machine. He's back there in 7th position. Colton Zimmer 5 seconds away from that battle in the 43 car. Meanwhile, battle on for the transfer spot. Cameron Kaysen closes in on Harris. Hickerson with a move on Farr. Crossover by Farr, but Hickerson has the spot at the start-finish line. But watching right now, Cameron Kaysen and Cam Harris. The 32 of Cam Harris has got the third and final transfer spot for the moment. 3 laps left to run here in heat race number 2 of 6. 2.5 to go. Slider from Kaysen on Harris. Harris back to the inside as they drag race down the back straightaway. Harris next to the bottom, slides it up just underneath the slick, right to the guardrail, off turn number 4. Now here comes Kaysen back to the inside. Big dive bomb down into 3, into 1 and 2, I should say, for that third spot. And Kaysen, well, he's just got to survive one more lap as the white flag is out. Dylan Yeager, a near 3-second lead. And again, we watch this battle on for the final transfer spot. Yeager down the back straight, already into 3. In fact, not for corner number 4. Dylan Yeager victorious in heat race number 2. Diesel Jones home in 2nd. Cameron Kaysen will grab 3rd. Kaysen comes home into position number 3. Logan Hickerson in 4th. Cam Harris is going to round out your top 5. Let's take a look at heat race number 2 results on screen. Devin Ferguson in 6th. Ashton Farr, Colton Zimmer, Colton Herbert. Then you go back to Tyler Clement, who did not make the start of heat number 2. Heat number 3 lining up like this, and on the pole it'll be Cruz Cordell in the 55 machine. To the outside, Tristan Laudersua in the 92 from position at number 2. From 3 with the 222, in fact it'll be the 2 car of Dylan Hauser. From 4, it's the 5 of Nathan Waddell. From position number 5, it's the 2 of Chance Carr. From 6 to 29 of Scott Dobbs. From 7 to 23 of Matt George and the 747 of Tyson Banks. From 8, Tristan Koonsgrape lines up the 14 from 9, and Charles Barnes lines up the 21C from position number 10. In fact, let's try and reload the timing software. Hello, Doug. Hello, everybody. Welcome. You're live to Ultimate Dirt TV, whether you are live across Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. We appreciate your support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I should be getting ready to... There we go. Yep, we're just going to have to manually go through this one. Here we go. And wait for the timing and scoring too. And for the timing and scoring to update itself, but there we go. Cruz Connell looking down to the inside. Goes Dylan Hauser from the bottom all the way to the top of the racetrack. 3 wide. Nathan Waddell sticks his nose up on the inside. Nathan Waddell now going to go for the slide and look for the race lead on Hauser. Hauser turns it right back through the middle of the racetrack. So work down the back straight away. There we go. Everything should be loaded up and ready to go right now. Hauser, Waddell, Laudersua in the 92 machine. Carr, Cordell to round out your top 5. Dobbs, Banks, Barnes, Jones, and Koonsgrape, I should say. He's looked pretty good since the drop of the green flag right from the get-go of this one, as has Nathan Waddell in the 5 machine. Laudersua in the 92 machine. Closing in on your runner-up driver of Nathan Waddell. So you're looking at half a second, or just under 6/10 of a second right now for your top 3. They all work to the top of the racetrack. They've got to be careful not to go off the edge of the racetrack. Otherwise, well, you go off the edge of the racetrack, you'll send yourself towards the back of one of 3 B mains. Hauser, 2/10 of a second clear right now, watching one of the 2 machines. That is Chance Carr for the final transfer position. Meanwhile, Hauser pulls away right now just a little bit from Nathan Waddell. Last lap time by, Waddell was 5/1,000th of a second quicker. That time by, he was a little over 1/10 of a second slower. So Hauser still pulling lap times in the 14.6s. And there goes Laudersua with the crossover on Chance Carr off for turn number 2. Laudersua goes to the bottom of 3, off for turn 4. Right through the middle of the racetrack he goes, watching with 2 laps left to run. And Laudersua now to his turn to throw the slide on Chance Carr. Boy, I tell you what, 3 heat races, 3 battles, all for that final transfer position. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Who will it be? Chance Carr or Tristan Laudersua? Which one of these two drivers are going to lock into the main event? Laudersua caught the grass on the infield. So they work down into 3 and 4. Your race leader, your race winner, it's Dylan Hauser. Nathan Waddell home in 2nd spot. Chance Carr in 3rd. Boy, the boys are really having at it right now. For heat race number 3, let's take a look at your official results to come up. So Dylan Hauser gets the win over Nathan Waddell. Chance Carr in 2nd. Cruz Cordell in 4th. Tristan Laudersua to round out your top 5. Then you go back to Scott Dobbs in position number 6. Charles Barnes 7th. 8th is Tristan Koonsgrape, Matt George, and Tyson Banks for the 10 cars in heat race number 3. Now the back up of the heat races. Heat number 4 lining up like this. Dylan Wilson to the pole position. Andrew Clark in the 5 from position number 2. From 3 with the 14 car of Peyton Burton. From 4, it's the 09 of Tanner Tomasi. Desmond Busby in the 82 will line up at a position number 5. Robert Overstreet lines up the 46 from 6. From 7, it's Sean Pointer in car number 20. From 8 in the 07, it's Christian White. And from position number 9, Connor Doherty lines up the 17 on the fifth and final row all by himself. So as they just been told, the 1 to go, 1 to green right now. Safety car should exit the racetrack. And the green flag will fly here in heat race number 4. And again, just like what we've had in the previous 3, it'll be 10 laps with the top 3 going through. And again, well, Tanner Tomasi's made quick work. He's made quick work to get into position number 3. Desmond Busby now. Busby goes to the bottom. Clark runs in second spot to the top of the racetrack. So Wilson, Clark, Tomasi, that's your top 3, and they all run the top of the racetrack. Busby back there in 4th position. I think Busby had 3rd at the line, and well, poor old Andrew Clark just got caught up on the cushion down the front straightaway. Right up near the guardrail, sent him off the racetrack, which means, well, that'll give Desmond Busby and Tanner Tomasi 2nd and 3rd right now. A 20 car of point that goes to the inside of Peyton Burton through turn number 1 and 2, but watching Tomasi trying to close in the gap between himself and the 82 car of Desmond Busby. 4 down, 6 to run here in heat race number 4. 2 more heat races after this one. Tanner Tomasi well off into the trees. He goes bye-bye. We'll see him in the B main. Now that's going to put Peyton Burton and Sean Pointer in a battle for that 3rd and final transfer position. Well, we go 4 for 4 so far. And if these 2 drivers can continue to stay close, meanwhile, Overstreet along with Doherty, they fight it out. Overstreet's got 5th, Doherty back there in 6th, Tomasi back to the pits, Andrew Clark out of this one, along with Christian White. White is already back into the pits. Couple of former teammates right here, out in front, 1st and 2nd, Dylan Wilson along with Desmond Busby. Busby in the Hunt the Front Gaming Esports number 82 machine. Dylan Wilson driving the D1RT Racing number 80 machine. 3 to go. Peyton Burton still holds down the 3rd and final transfer spot right there from Sean Pointer as Pointer goes to the top into turns 3 and 4. This truck, as it's slicking off right on the top side of the racetrack, they've got to be very, very careful not to go over the edge of the racetrack. We've seen it not once but twice here this evening already with both Andrew Clark and Tanner Tomasi. White flag is out. One final time. Heat race number 4. We'll see Dylan Wilson already working his way down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, you'll go to the bottom side. He's going to stay right through the middle to make sure that he is going and locking himself into tonight's main event to start from position number 4. Wilson gets the win over Desmond Busby in 2nd. Peyton Burton in 3rd. 4th, we'll go to Sean Pointer. Let's take a look at the rest of the results. 5th is going to be Connor Doherty, Robert Overstreet in 6th, Tanner Tomasi, Andrew Clark and Christian White for the 9 cars in heat race number 4. Heat number 5 lining up like this. It's Carson Friedman in the 3 car to start from position number 1. Mason Love, the 28, will start from position number 2. Damien Keefe lines up the DK Speed 0 machine from position number 3. The 10 car of Connor New from position number 4. From 5, it's the chef of Bob Klein. From 6, it's the 13 car of Jacob Tabor. From 7, the 99 of Tristan Sykes. From 8, Trevor Mead lines up the 12 machine. In position number 9, it's the 5 car of Scooter Black. It's a name I have not seen in quite some time. Nice to see Scooter Black back on the service. What was what called? Nevin? Not clear? Question mark? Ready for a start. Heat number 5. Friedman and Lobb. It's going to be Friedman to lead the field. Damien Kiefer slides it up, but here comes Connor New around the outside. Now look at Bob Klein now going to the inside, putting the 7 machine to the work over Damien Kiefer. Meanwhile, it's going to be Mason Lobb to lead lap number 1, but Friedman goes back to the inside. Look at this battle on for the race lead. Lobb gets into the back of Friedman. Friedman up the racetrack. Klein going to slide it through the middle, look to slide it up just a little bit, but knows he's got Connor New to the outside. Now Connor New right through the middle, and we're nearly going to be 3 wide off turn number 2 for the race lead, and there it is. Lobb, New and Klein 3 wide again. Klein just had to check up as Connor New was coming down the racetrack. Lobb for the moment. We'll see if he can continue on to lead this one. New with a slider on Lobb. Lobb turns it back underneath Connor New. This time does it clear. Doesn't want any part of the 10 machine. Meanwhile, Kiefer working over the 7 car of Bob Klein. Klein and Kiefer again, side by side. There goes Mason Lobb. I wonder if he's just been given a post-race penalty to force that car off the edge of the racetrack. Well, we won't know just yet, but there we go. We're 3 wide through 3 and 4, and we'll do the same momentarily down into turn number 1. This time it's still going to be Connor New as the half race distance is upon us right now. We're 6 down and 4 to run. New, Kiefer and Klein, that's your top 3. Then you go back to Tabor and Mead to make up your top 5. Sykes and Blacks along with Friedman. Mason Lobb, well, he's out of heat race number 5. You're watching the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Season Opener, presented by the Northwest Racing Association, live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. You can catch tonight, but also the next 9, what will be a total of 10 weeks here on a Monday night. Then, of course, we'll have a Pro Late Model event, which will be the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models on Wednesday nights at about 11 o'clock Kingston, as we continue on with what will be the second and penultimate heat race of the night, heat number 5 of 6. Can Connor New hold on? Will Damien Kiefer leave this one to the very last lap into 3 off for turn number 4? Checkered flag is out, and Connor New gets the win. Second will go to Damien Kiefer. Bob Klein is going to lock himself right into the show. The 50-lap main event later on tonight. Jacob Tabor home in 4th. Trevor Mead going to round out your top 5. We'll take a look at the rest of the results. Tristan Sykes, Carson Friedman, Scooter Black and Mason Lobb in the 9th and final spot. Final heat race of the night, we'll see, and they will line up like this. It'll be Thomas Vickers in the 23 to start from position number 1. Caleb Duggan in the 33 will line up at a position number 2. The 327 of Hayden Tolleson will start from position number 3. The 02 of Nick Baum at a position number 4. From 5, it's the 518 of Joseph Grady. From 6, it's the 10 machine of Jason Salter. From 7, it's the 93 of Brett Cordell. And from 8, it's the 123 of Rodney Gard. And Zachary Nemetz lines up the 49 from position number 9. Just going to check something here. I want to see. So Lobb was black flagged in that last one. We go back to the earlier heat race where Colton Herbert was also black flagged. So that's the reason why those drivers were out of their respected heat races. Safety car off, Vickers and Durgan. Final 10 laps of heat racing competition. Before we, of course, move into what will be the first of 3 B mains. Nick Baum going to send it in deep down into 3, and we go 3 wide. Durgan to the inside on Tolleson. Tolleson arrails the cushion, although getting a little tight right in the centre. Turn number 1 and 2. Tolleson, Durgan. Durgan's got it down into turn number 3. Who's going to have it off turn number 4? Durgan leaves the lane for Tolleson to go to the outside. They make a bit of contact. Jason Salter right with what is Thomas Vickers and Nick Baum there. And now Durgan. Oh boy. Salter into the back of Vickers. Vickers goes around. Tolleson slider on Durgan. It's all happening right now up at the front. Nick Baum cutting some grass down there. Well, it's not lawn mowing sim. This is iRacing. Although he pulled it up. And now, well, Caleb Durgan wants his shot at playing Lawn Mowing Simulator right now. Boys, you're on iRacing. You're on iRacing. You're running a super late model. Tolleson leads. Durgan pucks it on the nose of Nick Baum in the O2 machine. Jason Salter at the minute. Running back there in position number 4. Baum puts the move once again on Durgan into 3 and 4. Baum just caught the guardrail down the front straight away. Now Durgan goes to the inside. Baum's going to slide it from the middle to the top. It'll be a drag race off for corner number 2. Coming to 4 to go. Durgan, big move on Baum into 3 off of 4. Durgan has got it at the line, and boy, I tell you what, these drivers are putting on one hell of a heat race here tonight in heat race number 6. And I got to say, all 6 heat races so far have been phenomenal. Tolleson continues to lead and starting to pull away right now from Baum and Durgan. Although Baum, boy, I tell you what, he sends it deep as he really caught up to the back of the 327 machine. Coming to 2 to go, tip of the green. Baum with a slider on Durgan. Boy, I tell you what, if these 2 guys are not careful, Durgan's got second. If they're not careful right now, Jason Salter is right there, ready to pounce on a mistake. 3 cars battling for 2 final transfer positions. Durgan, Baum and Salter are those 3 cars right now as Hayden Tolleson is now 1 lap away from victory and securing a 6th starting spot in tonight's main event. 6, 12 and 18 are the 3 spots up for grabs. Baum with a slider on Durgan into 1, off for 2. It's now Baum, and now Baum and Durgan again. They left the lane on the outside of the racetrack. Who's it going to be for 2nd and 3rd? Tolleson gets the win. Caleb Durgan will get 2nd by what will be 0.026 of a second. Heat race number 6. Tolleson, Durgan and Baum will get the 3 transfer spots. Caudle, Grandy, Guard, Nemitz. That's your top 7. Salter with a post-race penalty. He will come home in 8th. And then Thomas Vickers in position number 9. Let's take a look at your lineup here for B main number 1. 15 laps, top 2. Are going to go through to the main event. Let's take a look at your starting lineup and who will be the 13 cars to do battle. Right now, it'll be Austin Holder and Sean Pointer in row number 1. Row number 2, it's going to be Sean Corsack alongside Connor Doherty. Then we go back to the 3rd row. It's Jason Moore alongside Robert Overstreet. The 4th row will see Joe C. start alongside Tanner Tomasi. Row number 5, Aaron Bowman and Andrew Clark. Row number 6, Cameron King and Christian White. And your 7th and final row, all of his lonesome by himself at the back of this bus in position number 13, it's Chase Hardy. "13 cars. Only 2 to go through. They will get the wonder green signal at the start finish line. There it is. So who will take out? Who will take out this first B main? There is 3 B mains on the program. This is B main number 1. If you're not inside the top 2, well, it'll be so long. And good night for week number 1 of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. They'll have to get ready for next week at Linear National Speedway, or unless they come back for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models at Eldora on what is going to be Wednesday night, as the green flag does happen to fly here at the Lernerville Speedway in Sava, Pennsylvania. And Corsack and Pointer will immediately go at it for the final transfer position. That'll be 2nd and 3rd. Top 2, like I said, top 2 will make directly into the main event. 3rd on back. Well, we say goodbye for now. Holder, your race leader. Now here comes Corsack in the 8 machine. Then you go back to Pointer. Pointer goes right through the middle, trying to get some might off those rears and the right side and the right of the tyres. As now he sends it down to the low side. You see the left front really start to pick up, work on the bottom side of the speedway. Corsack closing in on your race leader of Austin Holder, looking and trying to move through the field. Is that 09 machine of Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi goes down to the inside. Look at 1 car, Connor Doherty in the 17 car. was facing somewhat of the wrong way. We stay green. And now Tanner Tomasi's found his way to position number 3. Tomasi on the move, as is Chase Hardy from 13th. He's up to position number 7. Jason Moore trying to come through the field as well. But watching Tomasi in the 09, we know the speed that Tanner's had so far. Slide job by Crosslike on Holder, and Crosslike has got the lead there at the end of what is lap number 4. Make that 5, I should say. Holder and Crosslike nearly banging door panels up for 2 down the back straight away. He straightens him up. Crosslike, Holder back to the race lead. Crosslike back to second, although there comes Tanner Tomasi down to the inside. Tomasi stays mid-track again. Is he going to move up the lane? Yes, he does. Tomasi goes off the edge of the racetrack, as does Crosslike. Pointer goes on through. Moore and Overstreet trying to come through as well. They're in 3rd and 4th position. Yellow flag is out. Oh boy, first time we will see the yellow flag here tonight. Here in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Season Opener. Presented by Northwest Racing Association. I'll tell you what, they've got quite a big schedule. So your super late models. Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, it's the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. It'll be a 10-round series. You can catch that live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. They also have the Dergy Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, live on OSR Network or OSRN with Joe White. And then, of course, we come back with Wednesday night at 11 o'clock Eastern. It's the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models live on Ultimate Dirt TV. And then to, of course, finish off the working week, and it's going to be the Northwest Racing Association Pure Stock, so that is Street Stocks, Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And again, that'll be live with Joe White with OSR Network or OSRN. Here we go. Green flag is upon us, and we're underway one more time with what will be, it should be 6 laps left to run. That it is. They work down the back straight away. Jason Moore in the 88 machine has found himself in the runner-up position. Look at this 3 wide. Hardy trying to come through the middle there. Joe Cease was involved in that battle. Here comes Overstreet in the 46. Look out, here comes Sean Pointer. Pointer's got some damage on the front of that 20 machine. Pointer not going to shy away from throwing a slider on Jason Moore. Moore goes back to the middle, goes back just below the slick line off turn number 2. So he's got second spot as Austin Holder, your race leader, coming to 3 to go. Jason Moore got a little tight there right in the middle of 3 and 4. And again, here comes Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi down to the inside, going to look to pick up position number 3, and he'll go back to battle for that final transfer position. But time's starting to run out for the 09 machine, the Speed Ranch, number 09 of Tanner Tomasi. 2 circuits to go. Tomasi closes in right there by 0.2 of a second there on Jason Moore in the 88 machine. Can Moore hold on? Austin Holder has got to find himself 1 circuit around the Lernerville Speedway. Jason Moore, here comes Tomasi down to the inside, slide jump for second, off for turn number 2, Moore goes back at him on the inside into turn number 3, Moore to the middle of the racetrack, Tomasi on the outside, who's it going to be? Moore's going to slide up, he's going to take the line away. Austin Holder and Jason Moore should be the 2 cars that will go through to the main event of the Plumwild Podcast. Super Late Models. Austin Holder is confirmed your winner, and Jason Moore confirmed going to the main event. Tomasi and Hardy unfortunately missing out, along with Pointer, Crosslike, Cease, King, Overstreet and White to make up your top 10. Doherty, Clark and Bowman for the 13 cars in what is B-Main number 1. B-Main number 2, and don't let the excitement stop right here. Logan Hickerson and Jacob Tabor will make up your front row in B-Main number 2. Cam Harris will start alongside Trevor Mead in row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Devin Ferguson and Tristan Sykes. Row 4 will see Ashton Farr and Carson Friedman. Row number 5, Colton Zimmer and Scooter Black. Colton Herbert will start alongside Mason Lobb in row number 6, and Tyler Clement will line up, or should line up, in the 7th and final row, although I don't think he will because he didn't make the start of his heat race. So as the cars roll around, we're green flag action here at Lernerville Speedway. I'll get there eventually. Sit tight. Lap number 1 belongs to Logan Hickerson. Devin Ferguson runs in second spot. Keep an eye, Colton Herbert in the 12 machine. Remember, he got black flagged in his heat race, so he's got a lot of work to do. But I'll tell you what, he's still got 13 laps to get this one. But he's got to be inside the top 2. Mazda's Mason Lobb in the 28 machine. Lobb works the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to work over to Bohr in the 13 machine as they work down the back straightaway. Colton Zimmer into position number 3. Boy, I tell you what, there's some pretty fast cats in this one. As now Colton Zimmer closes in on Devin Ferguson. One car around this Jacob DeBoer in the 13 machine. There's your top 3 on screen. Hickerson, Ferguson and Zimmer. We know the speed that Colton Zimmer has got in that number 20 machine to the low side. He'll slide it up, slide job on the 43 car of Devin Ferguson. Ferguson's got second, back down the back straightaway. Hickerson's still your race leader right now, but again, that battle on for second and third is on. Here comes a 28 machine of Mason Lobb, going to try and make it a 3-way battle for that final transfer spot. Remember, top 2 is all that we are taking to the main event of the Plumwild podcast. 50-lapper as Zimmer tubs the backside out of the 43 car of Devin Ferguson, and now Mason Lobb trying to work over Ferguson to the bottom side of turn number 1 and 2. While Lobb is trying to work over Ferguson, that just allows Colton Zimmer to close in on your race leader. Ferguson hits the guardrail on the exit of turn number 4. That does not move. Meanwhile, Colton Herbert finds his way to position number 4. And now your battle is going to be on for the race lead, coming to 7 laps left to run. 8 down, so we're just past half race distance here in the main event. Oh, getting tight is Hickerson. And again, that opens up the door there for Colton Zimmer. Can he get the job done? He goes down to the low side, down into turn number 3 and 4. Colton Zimmer will lead lap number 9. Now that brings the 28 machine of Mason Lobb into the picture right now. There's again, here is a look at your top 3. And poor old Logan Hickerson, well, he may not know what hit him right now. Lobb goes to the inside of turn number 3, off for corner number 4. That was very close to the naked eye, to Lobb holding over and taking over position number 2. Hickerson around the outside. 4 to go. Lobb has got some company with Colton Herbert, and there's your top 4 on screen with only 2 going into the 50-lap main event, round number 1 of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Can Hickerson, can he hold on? 3 to go. This is going to be really interesting here for round number 1 in B main number 2 of the Super Late Models. Lobb, big slide, jump attempt down into turn number 3, but leaves a lane for Logan Hickerson. Hats off right there to Mason Lobb. Oh, Hickerson got tied. Herbert gets into the back of here. A lap and a half to go. And there we see Mason Lobb into that second and final transfer position. Here comes Herbert. Is he going to do something out of the ordinary? Will he throw the big Hail Mary 2-for-1 special? White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Into turn number 3. Lobb going to protect the inside line, and as he should. Smart driving there by Mason Lobb. Colton Zimmer gets the win. Second will go to Mason Lobb. Third will be Colton Herbert by 1/1000th of a second over Logan Hickerson in 4th. Devin Ferguson to round out your top 5. Let's look at your B main number 2 results. There it is. Devin Ferguson home in 5th. Trevor Mead, Tristan Sykes, Ashton Fast, Scooter Bike, Jacob DeBoer. Your top 10. Carson Friedman, Cam Harris, and Tyler Clement wants to schedule 13 drivers in this one. Heat races are done. We're in for the final B main. 13 cars doing battle for, once again, 2 more transfer spots. Cruz Cordell alongside Brett Cordell on the front row from positions number 1 and 2. Tristan Lotus Sewer alongside Joseph Grandy in row number 2. Scott Dobbs inside Rodney Guard for that 3rd row. Your fourth row is going to look like this. It'll be Charles Barnes and Zachary Nemitz. Row 5, Tristan Koonsgrape lines up alongside Jason Salter. Row 6 will see Matt George alongside Thomas Vickers, so a pair of 23s in row number 6. And Tyson Banks in the 747. It's not an aeroplane jet, it's not a jet plane, it's just a super late model. Again, to find out which one, or I should say which two of these drivers are going to put themselves to good use in tonight's 50-lap A main event. Lights are out, safety car is in, we are green flag racing. Final B main after this one, a 3-minute warm-up session. Hopefully we get a track reset for where they'll have somewhat of a fresher racetrack come at the start of the main event. But you know what, we'll let this one be in the hands of race control. There's a little bit of a kerfuffle there at the back of the field. Matt George involved in that one. Meanwhile, Brett Cordell takes over the lead from Cruz Cordell, but we are yellow. So just our second caution of the evening. So I got to say, these guys are doing a wonderful, wonderful job. So it is about to get good once again. All right, we are getting ready to go back racing once again here at Lernerville Speedway, and it is going to be green flag is out. Again, top two will go through to the main event. The 92, Tristan Laudersewer. Again, we'll go down to the inside of the 93 car, Brett Cordell, but Laudersewer is going to have it. Laudersewer now trying to challenge Cruz Cordell for the race lead, and Laudersewer, I think, had it at the start-finish side, but I tell you what, it was an outside line in the momentum there from the 55 car of Cruz Cordell. Here comes Brett Cordell now, down to the inside. Charles Barnes in the 21C, watching this great battle unfold right in front of his very eyes, and now he wants to be a part of the action. Now in comes Scott Dobbs in car number 29. Well, I tell you what, you just get the feeling right now, Laudersewer, he must be looking very closely at what is going on behind him, but he also needs to focus on the job at hand just to make sure that he does not go off the edge of the racetrack. Vickers from what I think was the 6th row with Matt George. Thomas Vickers has found his way in the 23 machine up to a top 5 now as he puts the move there on Scott Dobbs. Slide job. Dobbs has to hit the brakes, and now here comes Jason Salter. Scott Dobbs, 3-way dance right now for 5th, 6th and 7th position as your top 4 just starting to break away from the rest of the field. Brett Cordell trying to run down Tristan Laudersewer in 2nd position, and Laudersewer has got the final bubble spot on lockdown for the moment. Can the 93 car, Brett Cordell, here comes Charles Barnes in the 21C. Barnes trying to make it work on the low side through 1 and 2, but he couldn't make anything stick there. Well, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to try something different as he now starts to lose a little bit of speed. He lost probably about 1/100th of a second there on the previous lap going to the bottom side. Cruz Cordell, 15.035, his last lap time by. We'll see what it is this time by the start-finish line. It's a 15.009. Tristan Laudersewer with a 15.192. Brett Cordell closing in 15.125. Charles Barnes lost 0.2 of a second there on the previous lap. 2 laps remaining here in the final B main, the final preliminary race of the night for the season opener of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Who will it be with the white flag? Well, we know it's going to be Cruz Cornell. He's 4 left-hand turns away from starting in position. What will be 21? Lernerville. Will he protect down into turn number 3? You would think he must. That he does. And Brett Connell just tries to send it upstairs and just let her rip the lip and rip the cushion, but it's not going to be. Cruz Cordell gets the victory here in B main number 3. Tristan Lernerville will come home in 2nd. Brett Cordell in 3rd. Jason Salter 4th. Thomas Vickers going to round out your top 5. So we wait for the official confirmation and the official results of that one. Looks like Scott Dobbs going to come home in position number 6. Let's take a look at those results right now. Scott Dobbs should be home in position number 6. Charles Barnes, Rodney Gard, Zachary Nemitz, and Matt George to make up your top 10. Tyson Banks, Tristan Coons, great, along with Joseph Grady to make up the 13 cars in what is B main number 3. Well, with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate TV. We'll pay a couple of bills. In fact, we're probably just going to play the one while these drivers come out onto the racing surface. It is not going to be reset, so it is going to be very slick for the start of this 50-lap main event. Well, we've got 40 minutes to get 50 laps in. Who will it be? Who will take out round number 1 of the Plumwild podcast? Super Late Model presented by Northwest Racing Association. Who will take it out? Well, I can tell you right now, Jesse Endigan and Dylan Yeager. That is going to be your front row, but more on the other side of this quick commercial break. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for what is the season opener of the Plumwild podcast Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Tonight we bring you live coverage from the virtual Lernerville Speedway in Sava, Pennsylvania. And a big start to the 10-week season. Let's go through the schedule. Week number 2 will be at Lanier National Speedway for 50 laps. Then we'll head to the Knoxville Raceway for the Cornfield National 40-lap main event. Then we go to the Land of the Lincoln 50 Fairbury Speedway, 50 laps on board for round number 4. Then the Mid-Season Championship live at the Dirt Track at Charlotte for 60 laps. The Wisconsin Bash Cedar Lake Speedway 50-lap main event will be round number 6. Round number 7, the Ohio State National Eldora Speedway main event will be contested over 40 laps. And the Show Me 50 at Lucas Oil Speedway, 50 laps on the card for round number 8. Then we go back to the Ironman 55 at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway for 55 laps, round number 9 this season of the penultimate race of the season. And then your Super Late Model season finale, 75 laps live at the Volusia Speedway Park for round number 10. Don't forget you can catch all the action for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models on Wednesday nights from 11 p.m. Eastern, live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime here at the Lernerville Speedway. Let's take a look at your starting lineup to see who will start where. Jesse Endigan alongside Dylan Yeager. Those drivers will come from the first and second starting positions. Row 2, Dylan Hauser will start the 2 from 3. Dylan Wilson lines up the 80 from 4. From 5, it's the 10 car of Connor New. From 6, it's the 327 of Hayden Tolleson. From 7, it's the 23 of Chase Barber. From 8, the 46 of Diesel Jones. From 9, it's the 5 of Nathan Waddell. From 10, the 82 of Desmond Busby. From position number 11, it's Damien Kiefer. From 12, the 33 of Caleb Durgan. From 13, the back half of this field, it's the 32 car of Christopher Joy. From 14, the 18 of Cameron Kaysen. From 15, the 2 of Chance Carr. From 16, the 14 of Peyton Burton. From 17, it's the 7 of Bob Klein. From 18, the 02 of Nick Baum. Then we go back to your B-Main winners and B-Main transferees from the top 2. From B-Mains 1, 2 and 3, Austin Holder lines up the 21 from 19. From 20, it's car number 20 of Colton Zimmer. From 21, the 55 of Cruz Cordell. And from 22nd, the 88 of Jason Moore. Your final row in positions 23 and 24. The 28 of Mason Lobb starts position number 23. And from position number 24, driving car number 92, that is Tristan Laura Sewer. This is going to be one to watch. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are out. 50 laps on tap for your Super Late Model main event, your Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. It's time to go racing here at the Lernerville Speedway. Let's get up and let's get after it here in your main event. Who will it be? Who will take out round number 1? Who will take the points lead after week number 1? Well, we find out. We go racing, 50 laps on the board. And immediately it'll be Jesse Etikin to slide up in front of Dylan Yeager, watching just to the right of your screen. Dylan Hauser and Connor New go side by side, but you see the 48 car of Yeager throw the big dive bomb there. And now here comes Dylan Hauser to the inside. He'll slide it up, park it on the nose of the 48 machine. Dylan Wilson going to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway. We almost went 4 wide. Yeager gets to the cushion off turn number 4. Hauser's got third. Meanwhile, Yeager had second. Wilson also running the top side of the racetrack. Boy, it'll be a nice night for these drivers to get quite a few laps in here under green flag conditions. Desmond Busby trying to work the inside, trying to find his way into a top 5 position, as is Hayden Tollison, also working the bottom side. New in the 10, 3 wide. Tollison to the inside on Busby as Waddell works to the outside of the racetrack. Well, you just never know who is going to surprise you here. 3 wide. Busby, Tollison, along with the 23 car Chase Barbara. And again, they still go 3 wide down through turn number 1. Watch Wilson and Hauser put on a show. Connor New, Nathan Waddell there as well. Double slide job by Connor New, but boy, I tell you what, somehow he pulled that one up in some way. The 80 machine of Dylan Wilson got around the 10 machine. I thought Wilson was going to be sent up into the grandstand. Waddell with a move down to the inside there on Connor New, but knows that he wasn't going to have enough speed to get clear of the 10 machine. Not enough gap between himself, between Connor New, I should say, and Dylan Hauser in the 2 machine. Barbara, after going quick time tonight, has found his way right up on the back on the rear bumper of the 5 machine of Nathan Waddell, who is in 6th position right now. Busby again works back to the extreme bottom side. Well, right up on the inside line is the 327 car of Hayden Tollison. Tollison still making it work. I gotta say, been a very, very entertaining almost 10 laps so far of this feature event. But Jesse Entikin over Dylan Yeager, Dylan Wilson, Dylan Hauser, and Connor New. So the Dylans right now are sitting 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But boy, I tell you what, when we're only 10 down and still got 40 to go, we've still got 80% of this race distance to be completed. Busby and Tollison going to slide themselves into formation on the top side of the racetrack. Durgan, there is what is Diesel Jones in the 46. He's got Cameron Kaysen to the inside into 1 and 2. Boy, you just never know where these guys are going to go right now. They're still trying to jockey for positions. Tollison again down to the low side there on Chase Barber into turn number 1 and 2. Tollison has almost got it, but Chase Barber just holding on it. at the back straight at the midway point of your back stretch. Tolleson, Busby and Barbara. Tolleson down to the inside. Barbara, along with Busby, also working at the top side of the racetrack. 3 to 4/10 of a second is Jesse Enterkin over Dylan Yeager right now for the number one spot. Wilson has got a second back to Dylan Hauser, and Hauser has got 3/10 of a second back to Connor New. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. There it is right there. And then you go back to Nathan Waddell in position number 6. So that's your basically 4th on screen, 5th in the middle, and just to what was the right, but now to the very far left is your 6th place runner of Nathan Waddell. 17 laps completed at the start-finish line, this time by for your race leader. And it almost looks like to the naked eye right there that Dylan Yeager has closed in right now on Jesse Enterkin, and that looks like it is the case at the moment. Enterkin might be under all sorts of pressure here coming up, especially with lap cars coming to play a part in this main event. Again, who will take out round number 1, 19 completed, all under the green flag conditions. Hauser still runs in 4th position, although here comes Connor New down to the inside. He'll throw the slider into turn number 1 and 2. Hauser back to position number 4. Back to position 5, make it 4. But, well, I'll tell you what, Connor New, Dylan Hauser, they bring in the 5 machine of Nathan Waddell. I'm going to say they're playing it pretty timid right now. They are all playing nice for the moment. Wait until we get to the final 10 to 15 laps where, well, the virtual gloves are going to be off. And they are going to be elbows up on the wheel. Hauser back with a crossover down out of turn number 2 on Connor New. Your leader, Jesse Enterkin, who has found himself looking there, it is 4/10 of a second. I got to say, I thought it went out to close to 7/10 of a second there. As there goes the move. Yeager puts the slider there on the lap car of Austin Holder. And now here comes Dylan Wilson right now, closing in on the back of the 48 machine. So boy, you cannot take your eyes off these battles inside what is, I'm going to say, the top 6, because you've got 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all somewhat playing a part, closing in on your race leader. But then you've got 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Boy, this is really on for young and old right now as Hauser puts them back there into 3 and 4. And Connor New turns it back underneath. So 4th, 5th, and 6th going at it. 2nd and 3rd, trying to run down your race leader. Colton Zimmer off the racetrack in car number 20. Looks like he'll go back to the pits. So that should be Colton Zimmer's night done and dusted, and done well, because, well, done well not to come back onto the racetrack in front of the top 3 cars, but also finds himself now out of this one. So nice drive, Colton Zimmer, not to bring out a caution. We're past half race distance, 26 down, 24 to go. Your leader is Jesse Enterkin in the front number 1 machine. Coming up to put a lap down on Bob Klein off for corner number 4. That he does so. So Bob Klein now playing nice. Yeager again's going to work it at the top of the racetrack. Off for corner number 2. Give the spot. There it is almost. No, it's still going to be Jesse Enterkin. We are nearly 60% of the race being completed here at the Lernerville Speedway. And right now it is still Jesse Enterkin who has led since the drop of the green flag. 30 down, 20 to go. Oh, Yeager off the edge of the racetrack. Comes back on, he'll only lose 1 spot. He'll give it to Dylan Wilson. And now here comes Austin Holder in the 21, trying to find himself back by the 48 machine, but realizing, hey, well, you know what, that's a lead lap car. I might just think better of that one. Holder's got to be careful, because Hauser will not be afraid to get him up out of the way. And if he thinks he's holding him up, well, Hauser, he'll do everything. He'll do whatever it takes. And you know what? Rightfully so. Austin Holder somewhat somewhat holding up. Dylan Hauser in the 2 machine. There goes the slider from Hauser. Holder turns it back underneath him. So you've got a lap car trying to race the 3rd place car, and well, Holder backs out of it, thinks better. It goes, says, you know what, that's okay, you can go on by. I'll try not to hold you up too much. Nathan Waddell goes on by in the 5 machine, and Connor New, who's in 6th position. So Waddell has found his way to a top 5. But with what will be 15 to go, Hauser off the racetrack, and we're going to stay green. He kept the foot in the throttle, and we stayed under green flag conditions. Jason Moore in car number 88, the next car on the target, the hit list of that 48 machine. Oh, Dylan Hauser. 13 to go at the start-finish line. There is Jesse Entigan, and in comes Dylan Wilson. They have got, so Dylan Wilson has got, what is 2.2 seconds? Jesse Entigan slider. Look, here it is, the battle for the lead. Wilson to the inside on Entigan. Meanwhile, Cordell and Baum, they work together in tandem. They are trying to keep on the lead lap, but they're also battling one another. Nick Baum cops the slider from Jesse Entigan. Entigan goes back to the top, as does Nick Baum. Wilson going to slide up. Baum has to check up, as does Tristan Lauder-Sewer. So your leader is lapped up to 16th position. Slider there by Jesse Entigan on Cruz Cordell. Cordell comes back at him. Cordell, he knows it's important to stay on the lead lap, because if he goes a lap down, if he doesn't go a lap down, the worst case he can finish, provided he stays on that said lead lap, is going to be 15th position. But I tell you what, Jesse Entigan, he wants to do everything in his power to put himself back on the lead lap. Jesse Entigan, as Cordell now gets lapped there by Entigan. Here comes Dylan Wilson to the inside. You race for the lead off turn number 2. Geez, Cruz Cordell really to be a thorn in the side of Jesse Entigan and Dylan Wilson. And now he gives up, thinks, you know what, that's okay. Okay, I'll take being a lap down. I'll go and fight for what will be 15th, 16th and 17th position. We are inside a heat race distance. We've got 7 to run. Baum through the big dive bomb now on Cruz Cordell. 6.5 to go. There's your top 2 on screen. Oh, we are yellow. Yellow with now 6 to run. That is huge. Oh my. Fourteen cars. So I make that 13 cars still on the lead lap. And if you didn't think this just took a turn for the unexpected, you bet your bottom dollar that we are going green off corner number 4 next time by. So what are the tyres like? Six to run. Lights are out. Can Jesse Entigan, can he hold on to lead every lap of this Super Late Model season opener in the Plumwild podcast? Super Late Model main event, round number 1, presented by your Northwest Racing Association. Only time will tell. 6 laps left to run here at Lernerville Speedway. Poor old Dylan Wilson got an absolute Barry Crocker. That's a shocker of a start for the 80 machine. Jaeger didn't get that good of a start either. But can Jesse Anderkin hold on over Dylan Wilson, Dylan Yeager? That's your top three at the moment. Looking at Nathan Waddell, Connor New sitting back there in 4th and 5th position. Dylan Hauser in sixth spot. Yeager has got Waddell all over the back of him like a rush through turn number 3 and 4 with 4 laps left to run. Oh, Wilson off the edge of the racetrack. Poor Dylan Wilson goes from going from position number to make that 2. Now he finds himself back there in what will be, well, back in the pit area, so he's going to be credited with what should be a 21st place finish. Waddell with a slider there on the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. Coming to 2 to run, and Jesse Anderkin has got well over a 1 second advantage right now. Waddell slider on Anderkin. Anderkin comes back at him down the back straightaway. Oh, look at it. Here we go. Connor New right there as well. Yeager, New, and Waddell. They were 3 wide for a split second, but the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Round number 1 of the Plumwild podcast Super Late Model main event, presented by Northwest Racing Association, and leading all 50 laps, Jesse Anderkin will win your main event. Oh my. What a way to wrap up week number 1 of the Plumwild podcast Super Late Model main event. Let's take a look at your finishing lineup. Jesse Anderkin gets the win over Dylan Yeager in 2nd, Nathan Waddell 3rd. 4th will be Connor New. Dylan Hauser rounds out your top 5. Hayden Tolleson in 6th, Desmond Busby 7, Mason Lobb 8, Christopher Joy 9, and Damien Kiefer rounds out your top 10. 11th through to 20th will be like this. Caleb Durgan in 11th, Cameron Casey in 12th, Cruz Cordell 13th, Nick Baum 14th, Bob Klein comes home in position number 15. 16th is going to be Tristan Lourdes, Stuart Chance Carr 17, Austin Holder, Peyton Burton, and Jason Moore. Your top 20, Dylan Wilson 21st, Chase Barber 22nd, Colton Zimmer in 23rd, and Diesel Jones in position number 24. All right, let's see if we can get a word with your main event winner. In fact, we'll chat to our top 3 here in just a few moments' time. Let's bring in 3rd place here tonight. Driving car number 5 is Nathan Waddell. Nathan, congratulations on this 3rd place finish here tonight, brother. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, there. See, I was talking in the other mic and now I have my Discord mic muted, which is not good. Yeah, look, hashtag rookie mistake. But Nate, congratulations on 3rd place here tonight. You must be pretty happy after that one.
Yeah, we're not too upset after a 3rd place finish. You know, I think the real win here is that I didn't go off the track the whole night, and then an added bonus is that we were able to pick up a podium. So yeah, all in all, not upset with how the night went. We'll definitely take that in the opening round here, and hopefully we can continue this momentum going into next week, wherever the track is.
Next week we'll go to, I believe it is, Lanier National Speedway for the Peach State Classic, which will be 50 laps on the board. What do you take from this one to sort of prepare yourself for next week?
Just it's a good, confidence booster. You would think that most people at this level, that's going to sound arrogant, but most people at this level wouldn't really need a confidence booster, but it's good to get them every once in a while, we'll take that and go into Lanier. And I like Lanier. I don't love it, but I think it's better in supers than what my mind is thinking of, which is pro late models. So I think we'll have a good race there. I think the bottom and the top can really work there, whereas here we were kind of just right there on the cushion. But I just want to give a shout out to Jesse getting the win there, and then a good race with Connor, Hauser, and Dylan Yeager there at the end. We had a good battle, and again, congrats to Jesse for picking up the win.
Nathan, what on 3rd place? Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 5 team.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, Majula C Speed Shop, VLR, DQ Speed, Just Junk Motorsports, Bocus Consulting, the Plumwild Podcast, Also got to thank CFM Designs by JDM. Darby always gets me hooked up with a sweet wrap. And I got to thank Clayton for taking pictures of the wraps, as always. I want to thank Eddie for putting this league on. We give him a ton of crap every single week, but we love it, and I think he loves it too. And thank you for broadcasting the race, man.
Nathan, well done on third place. We'll see you back next week at Lanier.
Thank you.
Nathan Bedell, home in position number 3. Home in second spot, your runner-up tonight, driving the 48 machine. It's the Catfish of Dylan Yeager. Dill, it's been a while since I spoke to you. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back to, I'm not going to say victory lane, but welcome back to a podium. Second spot, overall thoughts on how this sort of ended up for you here tonight?
Yeah. Hi, Brett. It has been a while. I don't know. I was very fast there at the start. I felt like I might have had something for Jesse there for a little bit, but he was so fast. I mean, I've raced Jesse for years, but I've never seen that side of Jesse Underkin. He was on another level tonight, and you know, my hat's off to him. He was very fast, and I felt like I might have had something for him there the first 20 laps or so. You know, I was kind of staying within range of him, and I was thinking maybe once we get to the lap cars I can do something, but it turned out I started messing up. I drove off the track, I think twice there, you know, around lap 30 or so, and that basically was the end of that. But you know, I just stuck to it, and luckily Wilson drove off the track there on the last yellow, or else I would have probably ended up third. And you know, we'll take it. I haven't been racing that much lately, and it feels good that, you know, I can still run up front and be competitive in these races.
Right, we had 50 laps to start off with here in the season opener. A good solid 24 cars, and you know, you look at you look at these names. There is probably anyone who probably 15 to 20 drivers that, you know, you look at could probably run up front consistently anywhere else. What was going through your mind as you started on the front row of this one tonight?
I just tried to keep it simple. I was like, there's 50 laps. You know, I saw what was going on in the heat races with guys kind of sliding up and then the people behind them not really lifting. And I had my chance there to throw like a slider on Jesse there with, you know, early on in the race, and I decided not to do it because I felt like that was probably going to end up happening to me. So I was just playing it safe there at the start. I saw that myself and him were kind of having a little bit of a breakaway from, you know, third on back, and I was hoping that I could put a move on him there once we got into lap traffic, and it didn't. Like I said, it didn't quite work out like that. And you know, a second place at the end of the day, I will take that all day, especially with a series like this where points are so important, and being consistent will win you the championship. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is be consistent. And the ultimate goal this season is to win the championship. So we'll try and keep it going, and you know, see what happens.
Dylan, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Main Event Week number 1, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody on this 5-car.
Yeah, just like to thank everybody at Majulsi Speed Shop as always. I know I'm not running the wrap. I meant to put it back on, but I forgot, so we ended up in a Slipknot car tonight. But I'm still with them. Got to thank them for the setup. You know, Evan puts in a ton of work, and you know, the cars are fast as hell. You know, night in, night out. Everybody at CFM Esports. You know, everybody that helps out, I really appreciate it. And you for the broadcast, and Eddie for putting on another season of this.
Dylan, well done on second place. We'll see you back next week.
Yeah, thanks.
There we go, Dylan Yeager home in second spot. Well, we now get to chat to your winner here tonight for the season opener, driving the Hunt the Front number 1 machine. He ends up on the top step of the podium, Jesse Entigan. Chancey, congratulations on this win. And boy, that got a little bit dicey there towards the end. You must be happy with, it's the perfect night to start off this season.
Dude, ain't no doubt. I'm shook right now. That's probably I would say my biggest win I've ever had in iRacing, to be honest with you.
What was the key? Obviously, you know, your time trial. You lacked that. You lacked. I don't want to say you lacked it, because you're still 16th out of 50 odd cars. But it was that front row start that helped you get the heat race win. You get the feature win, but you still had to drive 50 laps and drive a perfect 50 laps at that.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure. I didn't even know we were inverting. So whenever we got done qualifying, I wasn't too happy with my qualifying effort, and it had me on the pole of heat 1. So, you know, like the old saying, like, it's better to be lucky than good any day. And I really feel like, you know, like it really fell into my lap, and it was for me to screw up. But hell, it was 50 laps. It got pretty wild in the lap traffic. We went 44 laps green, so there was a lot of lap traffic, and Some of them raced me a little harder than I think they should have, but whatever. We persevered and we lucked up and was able to lead all 50.
You just spoke about lap traffic. That was sort of the direction that I was going to head anyway. So it kind of just fits hand in hand. Talk us through that moment, where you get a couple of lap cars that, like you just said, were racing you probably a little too hard. But at the same sense, they want to try and stay on the lead lap. They've got cars around them that they're racing for. What goes through your mind, and try not to get frustrated at that?
Well, I mean, at the back of your mind when you're leading the race is the guy in second's coming, because you're moving around as the leader trying to find a way around these guys, and I respect that they were all racing each other, and I try to go my way around them. There was a gaggle of cars at one point, and I was just trying to be careful, and I know Dylan Wilson, Alpha 2, I ain't sure if I chopped him or I was trying to just bob and weave through the lap traffic, so I appreciate him running me clean there. He might have had to check up for me, I'm not sure, but lap traffic was chaos. I know there was one incident that there was absolutely no reason for the lap car to be the leader. I can understand one time maybe he didn't know I was the leader, but twice I just feel like I was a little bit excessive and ridiculous. But hey, whatever. But we'll take it. Lap made it a hell of fun here at Lernerville, just trying to keep it on the racetrack.
Well, we'll see what you can do. See if you can back it up next week at Lanier National Speedway. Jesse, well done on the victory here in the season opener of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Main Events presented by Northwest Racing Association. Jesse, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody on this wonderful looking race car you've got.
Yeah, I got to thank Desmond and Chance, HTF Sim Sports drivers. There was 3 of us. We all 3 made the show. We turned some laps, had a lot of practice, and a big thanks to Majuli Say Speed Shop. They did the setup was on dig, and just freaking wouldn't be here without it. So thanks to them guys putting a lot of work and so build some bad fast setups for guys like me just to hop on the sim, load it in, and go win. HTF Gaming, obviously, Burkhart Motorsports, Darby Designs, CFM Darby Designs, Trading Paints, Hunt the Front TV, Hunt the Front on YouTube. Shoot, I think that about covers it, man. But yeah, and NWRA for putting on the event.
Jesse, well done on the victory here tonight, and we'll see you back next week for round number 2 at Lanier National Speedway.
All right, buddy, we'll see you.
There we go, Jesse Entikin, your winner here tonight from the virtual Lernerville Speedway, round number 1 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by NWRA, which is Northwest Racing Association. Catch the next 9 weeks live right here on Ultimate TV, but also on Wednesday nights from 11 p.m. Eastern. It is the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models starting this Wednesday night from 11 o'clock Eastern for the first of 10 weeks. But for the Plumwild Podcast season number 11 with the Super Late Models, it is in the books, and congratulations goes to Jesse Entikin, your feature race win in a race that sees just one caution in what was 44 laps of green flag competition. But for us here on Ultimate TV, we say farewell, good night. We've got plenty of stuff coming up. We are booked up solid for nearly every night of the week as we get set for a big 2024. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell, good night from Lernerville. Congratulations to Jesse Entikin.